Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Chump Talk. This is episode 171. It is our Thursday episode, which means we're here with the DiSabs Dimes boys, Matty P, Christian DiSabantino, Tyler Sagan. How are the fellas doing?
Fantastic. No place I'd rather be.
No place you'd rather be on a Wednesday night. I mean, this is kind of becoming a staple in my Wednesday night during football season. We did it all last year, planning on doing it all this year. I really look forward to these boys.
Me too.
I love it.
Same.
Coolsy, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm back. I'm back for this week.
Yeah.
I apologize for missing last week.
Yeah, we should. Segs, do you want to? Yeah, you just did apologize, but I wanted to know if you want to issue any formal statement about it was all kind of it was discussed, but it was discussed in a manner that was not really telling much information. Is there any? Can you shed some light? Because we have some loyal listeners to these episodes, and they're probably, where was Segs last episode? We went over it briefly. Can you shed some light on why you missed last episode?
Well, first of all, I did listen to last week's episode, so I know how you guys shit talked me at the beginning. So
and I actually want to know what were like. Was it too harsh? Was it?
No. I was laughing the whole time.
Okay, good.
To be honest, I was still hungover from the night before when I listened to it.
So everything was a little funny.
No, I wrote an exam that I've been studying for a while, and I finished on Wednesday. Had no intentions of not making the pod, and one thing led to another, and it's the way she goes sometimes.
Happens. Congratulations. We should say that. Congratulations on writing that exam. No, you
Thanks.
put a lot of hard work. And the other thing you put a lot of hard work into is DiSabs Dimes. How about that transition, boys? This podcast is sponsored by DiSabs Dimes, the football handicappers that use data analytics and have been profitable every season since inception. Sign up for their season package at DiSabsDimes.com. You make the money. They make the plays.
Ooh, you killed that.
And use thank you. And use code CHUMP. That's CHUMP on their website, DiSabsDimes.com, and you will get how many percents off?
It's 10 times 1.
10 times 1% off. Okay, I like it. And they also, if you don't want to sign up for the season package, if you just want to test out for a week or maybe a month of the NFL season, those are also options on their website. I was actually on your website the other day. I do visit it, but I get the information face to face. Your website is looking elite. I want to shout you guys out for that. It's very, very easy to work. It's easy to see what your options are as far as packages, and just encourage anybody that wants to get into some football gambling, or you're already in it and you need a little help. Maybe you went on a little cold stretch. You get into DiSabs Dimes. You make the money. They make the plays. DiSabsDimes.com.
The fact that you just said it's easy to use related to technology just goes to show how easy that must be to use.
Absolutely. Yeah. If it's easy for me to use, then it's really easy for everyone else to use.
Yeah, well, I just want to say something. I met the Chump Talk boys for the first time in person, and I didn't realize that Brady didn't know how to use technology. He didn't know how to open up a Visa gift card, and then he upload it to his Betway account. And C, he doesn't know how to navigate on Betway to get spreads. So,
Oh my god.
work in progress.
Yeah, it's actually kind of scary that you're gambling and you don't know how to operate that.
You know what? People have strengths. We all have our different strengths. We all have our different weaknesses. Mine just so happens to be something that is going to be brought up on a lot on a podcast like this, and that's just something I'm going to have to eat. But I know you guys have your weaknesses too, and they just maybe don't show as much. So we'll just.
What's weaker, your technology abilities or your golf swing?
Okay, here we go. I'm so happy.
To his body.
So happy, and we're gonna get to that later. But we got to spend at least 5 minutes on golf here. I know you guys didn't hear, but last episode, Pools and I kind of broke it down a little bit. We had to get out in front and say that we did win 6-3. So anybody that's listening to this episode that already listened to our last episode kind of already heard this story. But for the people that haven't, does that Segs and DiSabs, I'll actually let you guys start. What did you think after the first 3 holes when you guys went up 3-0? And you can even say, or I'll say that you guys gave us a stroke each hole. But Segs, I hope you back me up on this. I said on the way there, you picked up me and Poolsy. I said, why don't you guys give us a stroke for the 3 toughest holes of the 9? Did I say that?
Yeah, you did.
And you said, I think we'll just give you a stroke every hole. So that's it.
Well, there's a little backstory to that. Backstory.
Okay.
I'm an elite golfer.
Yeah. Poolsy on the first hole stripes one like 250 down the middle, I think. And I was told that Poolsy I was like, your second time golfing or something. I don't know if that's true, but
I
that's
knew
what I was
Gerbs would
told.
rip my golf skills behind my back. I was prepared for the worst there.
Gerbs undersold you a lot.
Whoa.
I knew he would. I knew he would.
Poolsy,
You underrate my golf game.
Poolsy, you can't listen to anything Seg's about to say because you know he's heartbroken by that loss and he's going to try to get us against each other. Whatever he says is not true. That's not true.
Anyway.
I guarantee, though, if we were to rematch, we're winning, and I would put a lot of money on it.
With giving us a stroke every hole?
Yeah, easily. You guys stink.
Oh, my.
DiSabs, there's 24 balls in the forest.
Yeah, DiSabs loses 6
On 9
balls on the
holes.
first hole.
Yeah.
It was 3 balls on the first hole. Relax.
Yeah, one was a putt.
Segs, and I did shout out your
I actually listened. I
Eagle.
listened to your podcast last week, to be honest,
oh, you did. Thank
Yeah.
you.
or this
Oh.
week. It was this week, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just came
Yeah, I
out.
listened
Thank
because
you.
I thought there might be some talk about the golf game.
Mm-hmm.
So
No
I
worries.
appreciate your compliments in that podcast. 9
Did I get
strokes
any
is way
compliments
too
or no?
much. If we play again, you'll get 3.
Three I thought was fair.
Yeah, 3 we'd blow you guys out of the water though. So
Or we do like odd or even holes or something. So like 4 or 5.
No, it can't. The thing about doing a stroke every hole, you can't give us a stroke on a par 3 because a par 3, especially those ones that are 150 yards, we'd have to absolutely blow it to lose a par 3 against. Like
Yeah,
we just
that's
have to. If we bogey the hole and you guys par, that's just a tie. Like we're out of the water, bogeying a par 3 and we tie you guys, right?
yeah,
So I think we need to not do that. But 6 straight points for the boys, and we lit it up. Like things were going right. Things were kind of unraveling for you guys. And
things
kind of
really unravel on the 8th hole.
8th hole. Yes.
Yeah.
Things
A
unraveled.
couple lives almost lost.
Brady
Yeah.
almost got charged with manslaughter.
I still wish I could. I wish I could have went over and talked to that guy. Do you think he saw my ball coming? Because he took like
No.
a deliberate step back,
He did take a step back.
and it looked like
But-
it went in front of his face.
Yeah, it was. Oh man, that was. I've never really like been shaken on a golf course, but that
Mhm.
shook me.
Yep, that
Why
one.
don't you paint a picture for the listeners?
Well, okay, so it's 8th hole, par 4. Like what are we looking at? 300 and a bit
I
yards.
think it was 325 exactly.
325 is a bit of a dog leg right, a little bit of one.
Yeah,
And so my shot, I'm a lefty. My shot naturally fades to the left. Some might call it a slice. Usually it's a bit of a fade. Sometimes it's slice though. So I pretty much every time I'm aiming a little bit right. Hole 7 is coming up the green to the right of us. So I'm aimed kind of at their fairway a little bit, knowing my ball is going to leak to the left and hopefully end right on the middle of the fairway like all my other drives. But this time I get it off the heel. I still hit it really hard, but it's just like a snap hook to the right.
Dinger, like
Just a stinger. Like the thing is when you shank a ball, sometimes you don't actually hit it hard. I hit this one hard. I was swinging hard. It went right at these 2 people walking up a hill to the green on hole 7. We are all 4 screaming at the top of our lungs because we saw this happening right in front of our eyes. We're standing up on a hill. They're down below. 4 were yelling and these guys pushing. They weren't driving a cart. They're pushing their carts. And the guy in front takes, like, we yell. He looks at us. He takes 2 steps backwards. The ball goes right in front of his face, in front of his cart. And we wave, say sorry. I said sorry like 10 times. I drove over, like didn't drive over, but I drove close and yelled sorry again. Like I apologized a couple times. That was scary though. That was really scary.
that was intense.
it was like the way they were walking and the ball was going. Like it was like
an
stars
intersection.
colliding.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I just remember I was like 4, and I was like 4. Like I think my voice cracked.
Yeah.
Like it was like a scared 4.
Yeah, you yelled it
4,
16
4.
times, and it got louder each time.
Oh,
And
man.
To
I
make
think
matters,
we yelled 4 on that hole like 8 times though.
I was gonna say to make matters worse, Poolsy had a really nice drive on that hole. So we get up to his
Oh,
ball.
God.
We get up to his ball, and his next shot, the green. Do you think he was even 100 yards away?
No, he was like 60.
60
No,
yards
but
away.
my shot was different than your guys because I had to play where my ball was lied.
True. So you were trying to do a little bump and run. You were trying to keep it
Yeah.
low. Swing a little harder.
Right under the tree. There was a tree right in front of me. I was trying to go right under it.
No excuse for this one, though, Pools.
No,
you
there's
swung
not.
really hard with a 6-iron, 60 yards away. It got a little more air than you were planning on. It hooked to the left trees, and now there's people at the tee blocks on hole 9. Poolsy almost takes out a kneecap over there so, for the Chump boys. The thing about scramble,
we still lost that hole.
Yeah, we still part the hole because we just kept opposite would hit a good one. But oh man, that was electric. And DiSabs, it was nice meeting you in person. It was weird.
It was
weird. I told you before the round, I've never had a friend that we text and we talk a lot, especially over the football season.
Yeah.
But we've never met in person over we started this start of football season last season. So
yeah. Well, I think that'll be like the last time. No, I'm just kidding.
No. I'm fine with that too. I'm fine. I'm fine if that's the case.
It was a true honor.
And then we all got to go watch the 1:00 games in Seg's basement, and that caused more good times. And I'm sure we will end up talking about that as this episode goes. But I think we should move on to our first segment. I kind of want to do this at the start of kind of every episode because we're gonna have standings going, and there's a punishment. Oh, that's what we need to talk about. So the punishment we discussed.
I'm gonna grab my pen and paper.
Okay. Yeah. We discussed the punishment at last pod, but we didn't put anything in stone. Pools, you stepped away for half a second. You probably didn't.
I didn't realize it was right in front of my face. I just sat here and grabbed it.
You didn't even move. Hold on, guys. I'm just moving to my right.
Poolsy's back.
No, but we discussed this. We discussed the punishment for a standing. So we're each going to pick 2 games against the spread each week. And we're going to have running standings going. And DSAB, I don't know if you have the standings from week 1. We'll talk about that in a sec, see who's in the lead here. But we talked about a punishment because there needs to be a punishment for the last place person. No winnings for the first place, but just last place needs to have a punishment. We threw around the idea of a home-cooked meal. Last place hosts everybody for a home-cooked meal. And kind of like wine and dine the other 3 people at their house. And we said – we were not sure for sure on that one. I'm curious, is there any more punishments you guys thought of, or is that something we can set in stone? Because we got to do it soon. It's week.
I was going to say, I like that. Or I was going to say we meet up for, again, like a 1:00 window. And the guy who finishes it'll be for, I guess, for a playoff game because it'll be after 17 weeks.
True.
And we can just do like that guy has to buy like everyone a round of beers or 2 beers like at the bar.
Okay. Yeah, I could get behind that. Or we just watch football all day and the loser brings a case of beer.
The loser has to bring a case. I was just going to say.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I like
were
that
you
too.
2
Let's
for
do
2
that.
last week?
What's that?
Were you 2 for 2, DSabs?
I was.
Okay. But yeah, sorry to go back to that idea.
Yeah.
I like it.
So, okay, that's set in stone then. One playoff game, not necessarily week 1, but one playoff week, just in case one of us are busy. One playoff week, the loser brings a case of beer and we watch that playoff game together.
Yes.
Deal. All right. Done. DSAB, the standings after week 1, we didn't do it. Week 2, standings.
Well, I don't have the standings.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it's DSAB 2-0 and everyone else
I know that I had
DSabs is 2 for 2 or 2-0. Sorry, Gerbs is 1-1. Segs and I are 0 for 2.
Love it.
Yeah, I got shafted.
0-2. Well, that's tough. Segs.
Why didn't you show up?
No, he picked him. He texted me.
Yeah,
you guys are jerks. I didn't text you at all. That's false.
Well, Segs, you're just gonna have to.
You guys are liars now on the pod. Yeah, that was the other thing. I listened to that. I'm like, you guys are liars. And you played it off. You're like, oh yeah, you sent me the text. Like, let me just check. Let me check here. Like, shut up. That was the only part that made me mad because I was the only person listening who knew that was bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. And people are probably confused your picks, but that's what you get, Segs. That's what you get. I think you can eat that one and be fine with it because
I will admit I did tell DSAB I like the Detroit one. That lost, but the Chargers, I wouldn't have picked the Chargers because I'm hot on the Dallas this year.
Yeah. All right.
So if you were to give me Dallas plus 3.5 against the Chargers, it kind of looked like doo-doo week 1, I would have taken that.
Yeah. Fair enough. Well, I got the Packers one in that one, so I took Packers plus 11. That's a win for me.
All right, let's do.
You were sweating that one though.
Big time for sure.
Actually, you were sleeping during that game, so
that was a heck of a night of betting for the boys, though. Eh?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
All 4 of us lit up. Okay, let's talk about that, and then we'll get to our picks because all four of us had a great night there. Who wants to? I mean, we were all on something. What was the one we were all kind of
Over.
Okay, no, the first quarter over.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That had a
For the
glitch in
Lions,
line.
for the Lions.
For the Lions.
Of 0.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lions team total was 0.5, so I alerted the boys, and Poolsy actually went to the bank and pulled out a mortgage.
Yeah. I honestly, I'm so happy that worked out.
So
'cause I was
backstory about this one. So Poolsy FaceTimes me after just personally because you sent the group and we were all going nuts throwing our bets
Oh
on.
no, this was after you guys hung up on our call.
No.
When
This
we were
was
talking.
no because
Oh.
we talked before that too. But
Yeah,
anyways,
yeah.
so 0.5 was the over for the Lions. And so all that needs to happen, obviously, is just a safety. They just need a point and the over hits. So that's kind of. Do you think that's actually a mistake that was there, or do you think?
Oh,
that's
100, dude! They've done it 2 weeks in a row. It's a mistake.
unreal? Okay, so it was a mistake. So Poolsy drops a big number on there, and so when we're talking, he says he's like, dude, I'm kind of nervous. Like I put a pretty big number down on there. He's like, and I was thinking about it. He said, who's the team that got 0 points the first half last week? Not
Well, the
Dolphins.
Saints didn't get any until like the
Dolphins.
fourth quarter.
I got ahead of that. The Saints didn't get anything until the fourth quarter. So he's like, it's really possible that the Lions, I'm a little nervous about this one. I'm like, don't worry, dude, just a field goal and then touchdown early
Like
on.
3 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
First drive.
That was
First
sick.
drive. So that was a sick start for the boys. I feel like that just kick-started all our nights because I was 3 for 3 on my bets that night.
Yeah, I had the over, and then I had a few player props.
I think I had 13 bets that night in total. Yeah. And I think I went like 10 for 13.
We're still waiting on our Robert Tonyan cash-in, but
Yeah, Betway, if you're listening right now, let's get some things together. Robert Tonyan over was a lock for us. What was it, 39 yards? I think he got
30 yards it
55.
was.
30 yards. I think he got in the 50s though.
Yeah, he did.
Anyways, big Sunday or big Monday night for the boys.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Off to the cover game.
Off to the what? Yeah, our game.
The cover
yes.
game? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's
Cover
maybe that's
game.
what it's called now, the cover game.
The cover
Okay,
game.
I like that.
The cover
I like
game.
that.
The-
I'm
the
a little.
cover-
I was a
I'm
little
gonna
bit
write it
confused
down
when
on
you said it
the
first,
I'm
but
gonna
I
write
get
it down
it
on
now.
the paper here so it's official now.
Okay.
Perfect.
Little
Make sure you get the
booklet.
standings there.
I feel like
Well, I
Poolsy's
got
gonna
some-
carry that everywhere he goes.
100%. And the cover game we discussed last week, the team out of our 4 teams that has the most points will go first, and we'll go down from there. So Segs, this week's order will be Segs with the Browns getting how many points?
31.
31 goes first, and then is it you, Poolsy?
20, yeah, I'm 26. DiSabs is 25,
And yeah, I'm 0, so I'll be last for this one. That's fine.
Wait, sorry. How many points did your team put
we'll
up?
we'll get to that later. 0. 0 points. So I'll
Perfect.
be last, and you know what? I don't mind picking fourth the odd time. 2 picks in a row. So
Yeah.
with our first pick in the
It's
week,
it's snake draft, right?
snake draft. Yeah.
Okay.
So Segs, you can lead us off whenever you're ready, but it's a podcast, so you kind of have to be ready right now. There's no time for thinking.
Yeah. I'm taking. This won't load. I'm just trying to make sure the number's right.
Fair enough.
I can double check it after.
Fair enough.
I'm taking the Browns minus 7.5, but I feel like that might
7.
have
It's
changed.
7.
It's
Seven.
even better.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm taking the
Alright.
Browns. I'm taking my
Cleveland
team.
minus 7.
We're taking Chicago on this week. Justin Fields is starting. I think he's good, but it's going to be his first professional start. So, boom.
Yeah,
Alright.
you know what? I don't hate it at all. I can't say much about that. I thought that spread would be a little bigger.
Yeah. All right. Second overall here. This one's a no-doubter for me. I think the Packers are going to beat the 49ers, so I'm taking the Packers plus 3.5.
I wanted that bad. I think the Packers at plus money. I think that's a lock. San Francisco's not bad at all, but I think that's a lock.
Yeah, I do too.
Then you'll probably be pleased with our plays this week.
Love that.
Wink.
Love that. Let's go.
And that's not even the free play. So, any listeners,
Wow. Value by listening to the pod.
That's
yeah.
right. DiSabs.
All right, listen.
Oh, no.
man, this
Oh
is-
no.
You're gonna give the fucking goat a -1 spread? Are you fucked? Give me the fucking Bucks -1.
I love that. I didn't think that's where you were going.
Enough
with
said,
this one.
mic drop.
Yeah, I think you nailed that. And the other thing Getting on to my first pick here, and I like this one a lot. I think the Saints are going to be a team that kind of goes back and forth from being good and awful. Like we've seen that with Jameis Winston his whole career. I think one of the games where he's going to light it up is against a really bad team in the New England Patriots. And you're giving Jameis Winston 3 points. So I'm going New Orleans Saints +3 as my first pick. And then back to me, I think the Baltimore Ravens and the elite quarterback they have in Lamar Jackson, I think they kind of had a bit of a coming out party and against obviously a massive win against the Chiefs. There's nothing anybody can say about Lamar Jackson's quarterback skills after that one. So Lamar Jackson leading them over the Chiefs, 8 points. It's a decent amount of points, but I do like that against the Lions. It's +8. So I'm going to take
Packers covered it.
Baltimore Ravens +8.
Love it.
How many turnovers does he have, by the way, through 2 games?
Hey, you're up, DiSabs.
Okay,
we'll
sorry.
talk about that later.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Tennessee -5 over Indy.
Yep. I like that one too.
I don't even know if Carson Wentz is playing because he somehow sprained 2 ankles at the same time.
Yeah,
That's
that is
from all those
bizarre.
shovel passes.
Maybe Brady's buddy's playing. What's his name?
Sam Ellinger.
Ellinger.
All right. My last pick here. I'm torn between 2 things going on here, but I'm going to go Seattle -2 against the Vikings. In Minnesota, so you never know, but I'm going
But-
Seattle.
Their quarterback's still Kirk Cousins, so
Yeah.
that helps.
I'd rather have
Okay.
Kirk over Tua.
Yeah. Sags, go ahead.
Okay, my turn. I'm 1000% gonna regret this, I'm sure, but Falcons +3.
Oh,
Thanks. What was the rule last year?
Yeah, I know. You know what?
Previous
It's a
years.
new year. Falcons. I know they got shit on last week, but you can't. You can't
and the
put
week
up.
before.
No, or last week. Oh, sorry. Whatever. We're still in this week. Next week starts tomorrow.
Right.
They put up 25, so it's not like they put up 6 or 0. I know one
that-
team put up 0.
Yeah. No,
Like they got confidence.
I don't.
And they're playing Danny Dimes and the Giants, who, like, Danny Dimes you can't even give him an open field and score a touchdown. So I'm not too concerned.
I honestly, like, when I first saw that spread, I thought that game should have been a pick'em.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
I really don't know who. Like, I think betting wise for me, I would not touch that game.
I
unless,
agree,
of
but
course,
I'm
unless, of
honestly
course, the
surprised the
Giants-
Falcons are plus money.
Huh.
I don't know. Like,
In all honesty,
Where's the game being played? It's in New York.
it's
so
in
that's
in
why.
New York, so
The Big
that's probably
Apple.
why they are. But I don't know.
all right. Well, there you have it. Our 2 picks each for week 3 coming up. We'll see what the standings do. I hope it comes right down to the wire by the end. I'm sure it will. But it's going to be exciting, and maybe we should get some graphics going on the socials coming up here too. Obviously, we talked about at the start of the episode. It won't be me making those graphics, so if somebody wants to step up in that category, that'd be great.
Maybe it's time to learn.
Yeah, you know what? That is what my wife says almost every day to me. So what we should talk about though, Dimes, good first week. Second week, a bit of a step back.
Pretty much an opposite.
Pretty much an opposite. We need to talk about that. What went wrong? What went well?
Hey, we were fine. It's early.
Mm-hmm.
I could see if we lost like 6 units, like, yeah, wave the white flags. But I guess I segued myself into this, DSAB.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, week 2, down 1.4 units.
Mhm.
So not too bad. Not great. Obviously, we want to be plus, but not too bad.
No.
Started hot in the 1 o'clock window. We only had 1 game there. And we had Vegas to cover both the first half and the full game, which they did. So that was good. I guarantee a lot of money would have been on the Steelers.
Oh yeah.
So, by the way, Vegas looks good this year. And then the 4 o'clocks window is where everything kind of went downhill. Under in Tampa Bay versus Atlanta, under 52. What did Tampa Bay put up? 48 by
Yeah,
themselves.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
that game was just some street ball.
Mhm.
Arizona -3. That was our first half. That was our free play. Fortunately, that hit. That first half was crazy, by the way.
That was nuts.
And we almost pushed that game But and that was with like, yeah, I stopped watching it when it was like 20-7 because I was like, well, this one's over. So I flipped to another game, and then I saw the score at the end of the first half, and I had went through like the plays or like the scoring, and it was like 3 scores in like a minute.
Yeah.
Anyway, bummer we lost that one. Seattle, Tennessee, we had the under at 53.5. That one kind of sucked because we had a lot of plays on that, and that's where we got into like ourselves in a jam where to cover, we needed to hit the under, or to not cover, we would have hit the under. So, but anyway, we had the under in that didn't hit. We had Tennessee to cover the first half at 3.5. That didn't hit. But then we had Tennessee full game, which did hit because they won in overtime. Right. And then finally the Sunday nighter, Baltimore first half a point. That didn't cover, but we did have Baltimore to cover the full game.
You know what? It was that interception, man. The first play of the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, we were down, but just looking ahead, we're early.
But one thing I like what you said this, or you guys posted this too, that against the games you picked that were underdogs, those seemed to be the games that worked out, right? For the most part,
Vegas, Baltimore were all underdogs.
Yeah. So that's an encouraging sign, right?
It's just good because it's like everyone's going to be looking at that play being like not a chance, right?
Usually the uglier the play, the better it is.
Yeah. The less like you think it's going to hit, the more likely you should take it.
I do remember
that's what our model's telling us, which we like. So
I like that.
Yeah, I was just going to say the first week, I remember the Browns plays against the Chiefs. I was like, holy shit.
Scary.
I don't think the Browns are covering shit against the Chiefs, but hey, 2 for 2 in that game.
Yeah, for us, it's just the first half stuff we're trying to clean up. So we were looking at some stuff this week, and I think our first half plays will be a little bit more dialed.
Yeah, we tweaked it up a little, eh?
Yeah. So that's really all we need to focus on is just the first half plays, because those are the ones that seem to be kind of biting us in the ass.
I like that. Okay.
But onward and upward, week 3, we got a lot going on.
A lot of plays this week.
Yeah.
Is this where we want to throw our free play out while we're on this subject?
Frig, yeah, we do.
Let's go.
Yeah, this is going to be one that everyone's going to love.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a fan favorite.
Let's go. Let's hear it. Give it to me. I'm going to bet it right now. I'm literally going to bet it as you say it.
You won't be able to find it.
Oh.
No, just you won't be able to find it.
Shut up.
I was like, oh.
Say the play.
Okay. I'll say, sorry. Free play of the week. The Cleveland Browns versus the Chicago Bears. Full game over.
Let's go.
45.5.
Okay.
Lock it in now. It might go up.
Okay. That's it.
I think that game's going to be a shootout. Early prediction. First half, Browns 21-10.
I mean, if somebody listens to this after that game, you're going to look like an idiot or a genius. So,
well, that's what I think the first half will be. I mean, I think it's full game over is going to hit, but I think that'll be the first half.
Yep. I just placed a unit on it as we said that.
Me too.
That's the trust that I have in the Dimes boys. Okay. Free play of the week. Cleveland and Chicago over. What was it? I just did it, but now it's 45.5. Love that.
Full game.
Yeah, full game over.
Yeah, if anyone's listening that wants to try it out for a week, now would be a good week because I feel like the doors opened up this week. There is probably going to be like at least I'd say 12 plays this week, probably more. So
open up the
floodgates.
Open up the floodgates. I like that.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend. If you're not doing anything and you're watching football and you like gambling on football, buy us for a week.
And if you like money.
Yeah, and if you like winning money. And use the Chump Talk code, 10% off.
Yep. Let's go. All right. I think we should turn this portion of the show to talk about our team's performances from week 2. We always kind of give a quick breakdown of the games. And
yep.
Do you want to talk about your team quick?
Yeah, well,
it should be simple.
It should be simple.
We got guys stat line 0, 0, 0, 0.
We'll keep it simple. Tua got hurt early on. It looks like
don't act like that changed anything.
Yeah,
that absolutely changed it.
No, you guys were down 14-0.
You don't think Tua was going to put up a point?
No.
Okay, well that's a hypothetical we can talk about, or we can just move on. Jacoby Brissett looked bad. There was a play. You guys remember this one? Very embarrassing moment for myself. Oh, hand up. Very embarrassing. I'm looking at the screen. And to back myself up a little bit before I say what happened, I was grabbing a slice of Zaw. I looked over, saw a man wide open on the sideline. I think it was Mike Gesicki. I said, hit him. Jacoby Brissett's in this game. This is one of his first throws. I'm like, throw it to him. He's wide open. Just as I say it, Jacoby Brissett. And this is where Tua is actually good. He can't throw the ball deep. This wasn't a deep pass. I know Tua was throwing a deep pass,
Like
but
a moderate pass.
he can throw it hard to an open receiver like standing by the sideline. So Gesicki's wide open at the sideline. Jacoby Brissett throws up an absolute muffin to who looked like was wide open. Little did I know whoever this was running from off the screen, Buffalo Bill catches it, runs it back like 20 more yards, and I look like the biggest idiot ever. So that's about the most exciting play from the Dolphins game. Their defense had a couple interceptions again. I think they're on a 21 game streak of turning the ball over. So there you go. The Dolphins have the most active game streak out of anybody on the defense turning the ball over. I don't want to talk about this game anymore. It sucked. The Bills are a pretty good team. The Dolphins are bad. Tua got hurt. I think Jacoby Brissett will definitely be better next week. There's only one way to go from that one. But a week of practice.
Is he starting?
He's not a bad quarterback. Yeah, he's starting. Tua's out for at least a week. So I don't know. Whatever. We'll beat the Raiders. I don't think the Raiders are that good. They're 2-0. They're 2-0. That's not a hot take. I don't think they're that good. Derek Carr, mark my words, Derek Carr will have a couple games about midseason, or it might even be this game where he just looks like the old Derek Carr. Like, you can't judge a guy off 2 games, DiSabs. Come on, you're better than this. The Raiders are not a good football team.
I disagree.
All right.
I think they look pretty damn good.
Yeah, absolutely. They look good after 2 weeks. 2 weeks don't define shit. Move on to somebody.
I think Poolsy wants a word with you.
What do you want?
No, I don't. I don't know. All this talk about teams, and I don't know. The Panthers are just 2-0, so I don't really have any issues right now.
All of this talk about teams. Okay.
The best
Teams
part,
that are losing games or have lost a game.
There's like
There's a
3 or
lot.
4
There's not many that are undefeated. But
There's 3 or 4 fraud NFL teams in the league right now. The Raiders are definitely one of them, and unfortunately for you, Poolsy, I think the Panthers are also one of them.
cool story.
Gerbs, I'll bet you right now the Raiders have a better record than Miami.
Well, I mean, that's an easy bet to make right now. There's oh no, yeah, sure, I'll make that bet.
Don't you play them this week?
Yeah, I thought the Dolphins were 0-2. I forgot they beat the Patriots. DiSabs, what are the Patriots' record?
1-1.
Same as the Dolphins. Perfect. Okay. So, and actually, head-to-head, Dolphins have the edge. Yeah, Segs, I'll make that bet. Are we going to make another stupid, impulsive bet over?
No. We'll nothing great. I'll buy you a beer. Bet you a beer.
All right, deal.
Perfect.
We
Perfect.
should start writing this stuff down.
They're here. They can.
Yeah, I feel like we usually remember these.
Yeah, and the podcasts stay up. So if you really had to go back and look to find it, it's.
Should put it in the what's it called? The description.
Mm-hmm. The Segs and Brady have a bet.
Yeah.
I like that. Poolsy, remember that.
Anyway, I think we should let Poolsy have the floor. Like, his team is 2-0.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've never seen a man get so quiet though. From
I know.
after halftime to around 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's a nervous fan. That is.
I was not nervous. Why would I be nervous? We were up 17-zip.
You said you weren't
Panthers-
nervous 6 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because I got asked 6 times.
I didn't even know if you were at my place anymore, Poolsy. I didn't know if you were breathing.
Yeah.
Okay. No, true fact, wasn't nervous at all. Once you guys started talking about it, I was like, man, like 17 points isn't impossible. But then you also got to think, hey, look at the team I'm cheering for. There's no way they're going to blow a 17-point lead. So the Panthers D is off to a great start. They don't get much recognition, but my stat of the day actually is about the Carolina defense. So.
And I have one about the Dolphins, so we'll save that.
Yeah. But just solid play. I mean, the Saints torched whoever the heck they played week 1. But week 2 is a different story for them. And Thursday Night Football, actually today, the day the pod comes out for this epi. So Panthers, Texans tonight. I'm not a huge fan of the spread of -8, but you never know. Like, the Panthers, I feel like they're one of those teams that they're never going to blow a team out, but they'll keep every game close. And I think, but they'll win. But I don't think they're going to, like, win by like 20 points against the Texans.
So they're not covering.
Yeah, I would bet the
Well, they are 2 for 2 covering this year, so and they were like 15 for 16 covering last year. I feel like.
Yeah, but that's when they're plus money. When you see a Panthers,
it doesn't matter. They're still elite.
No. When the Panthers are favored, because last year, what did it maybe happen once? It's scary.
Yeah, only once. Yeah.
Actually, I think they were favored first game of the year this year, so that was they definitely were against the Jets.
Yeah.
Whatever, Poolsy, 2-0. That's
2-0.
I'm happy for you. I am happy for you.
I appreciate it because I know there will be losses coming, and it is fair to say that the start of the season has been an overly hard schedule, playing the Jets and the Texans. But I mean, I think that game against the Saints proved a few things there too.
Yeah,
fair.
I think.
Wow, he's all right. Today's a win apparently.
Yeah, 3-0.
Well,
3-0. Congrats.
I'd be nervous, man. The Texans.
I know. I'm not like. I think it has potential to be a close game.
The only thing is the Texans don't have a quarterback. They got
Honestly,
Mills.
if Tyrod Taylor was playing, there'd be a few nerves about it, to be honest.
If Tyrod Taylor was playing, I was gonna lock in 7.5, to be honest, on the Texans.
For sure.
Then I realized he wasn't playing. So
yeah, even now though, like if for some reason the Panthers can't stop the run game, Houston's got some options. So
yeah,
not gonna lie, not the most exciting Thursday night game. I wouldn't say that. Like I've been.
Yeah, I was waiting for that comment, and I would agree with that. I mean, the Panthers are an exciting team to watch. The Texans aren't really, so that kind of makes it not as fun.
Yep.
But
Thursday night football is my favorite, though.
It's great. It is
like
great. I'll be dialed in the entire game.
Yeah, it's Thursday. One more work day.
Yeah,
have
one
some
more
beers.
Sleep. Yeah,
it's always the crowd's always amped up. Like I don't know. You could throw the 2 worst teams, and I would still get up for Thursday night football.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
for sure. And you can bet on any game. So that's that's something.
I can't think of one player on either team though, to be honest. Like
Mark Ingram,
props wise.
Mark Ingram's the running back for the Texans. Christian McCaffrey, best running back in the league.
True. Sam Darnold, I don't know who that is.
No, I'd die.
What did Poolsy call him? Matt Darnold?
No.
Poolsy, I love Christian McCaffrey and I love a lot of the offensive weapons that Carolina does have, but I'm not a Sam Darnold believer just yet. He's going to need to show me. Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah. Want to know against your quarterback?
Oh my God.
I can hang that over your head until the Dolphins and Patriots play again. Let's talk about the Patriots game. Whoa, they beat the Jets.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't really watch too much of it because nothing fucking happened. We were watching it on Red Zone, and they really
Patriots football.
They never showed the Patriots game, and from what I saw and what I read, it was pretty much the Patriots, causing turnovers, and then the offense, getting the ball, kicking a field goal, scoring a touchdown here. And I saw a lot about Mac Jones not pushing the ball down the field, but I mean, you're up by 2 scores. You don't want to give the other team any help. So I was okay with that. Kick the field goal, score the points, get the win. That's all that matters. And we're on to New Orleans.
Yep. Great take.
There's not much to say about that game.
I'd say Zach Wilson gave you guys that game too.
Yeah.
Sure.
And he have like 5 interceptions, or was it 4?
Might have been 4.
4. Yeah.
Mac Jones only 186 yards, no touchdown passes, 3 sacks. Does that scare you at all?
No, because what was his completions and attempts?
He was 22 for 30.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's like over 66.
Yeah. All right. He also had a fumble.
Did he recover it?
Somebody on their team did. It looks like.
That it didn't even happen.
Oh, it happened. It's a problem. Something to look out for. Mac Jones fumbling problem. Segs, your Cleveland Browns.
Oh, another win? Well, first win.
Another.
Sorry. Whoa. Okay. All right.
It should be 2-0 right now.
It was, that for week 1 felt like a win. Yeah, good game. Played the Texans. By the way, I called the Baker Mayfield shoulder dislocated because I saw NFL films.
Yeah.
They had him mic'd up, and he came out. He's like, "Yep, just popped it back in."
I saw that. You're right. And do you remember my bet from that game and my reasoning behind it?
Yeah, because Baker Mayfield's not coming back.
Yeah, I live bet the Texans after Baker Mayfield gets hurt. 3 plays later, Baker Mayfield's back, and then Tyrod Taylor gets hurt. So
Yeah.
my bet was
that didn't go well at all.
sometimes.
To all the listeners, we've determined Brady is the most emotional better out of all of us.
I could have told you that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Anybody that knows me, that won't come as a shock to anybody.
Anyway, yeah, big one. We won Chicago this week. I'm excited. In Cleveland again. I want to go to a game so bad.
Yeah, I do too.
But
There's a group from the town I live in that goes to a Bills game every year. Obviously, last year it didn't happen. I'm really hoping that that's a possibility for this year, but I don't know what the rules are, what the restrictions are, so I don't even know if it's a possibility. But
Yeah.
I think we got extended no border access to the 21st now of October.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. I try not to pay attention to that stuff until I need to.
Stat of the week.
Yes, Sags, you read
Sure.
my mind. Love it. Who wants to start?
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm sorry. And I'm all Cleveland this week. My pick, my replay, my team. But I thought this was a good one. I sent it to the chat. Sorry.
It doesn't
That's
even
fine.
have it like that's just disgusting.
I mean, I can go if you.
Yeah,
need-
go ahead. Oh,
Yeah.
here it is. I got it. I remember
Go
it. I
ahead,
just wanted
go
to make
ahead.
sure it was exact because there's
Yep.
there's a percentage in it.
Stat of the week. You need exact.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield leads the NFL in completion percentage through 2 weeks at 81.6%. The stat, that's the highest rating a player has ever had in the first 2 weeks in NFL history.
Damn, you
But-
think they'd be 2-0?
But he's not a good quarterback.
No.
Good run game.
Yeah, it's a great run game.
Um,
Right.
yeah, I mean that's great. Kareem points to his-
NFL
points to his
NFL
big board.
history.
Yeah, no, good
NFL
for him.
history. Let's think
Good
of some
for
good quarterbacks. Tom
Okay.
Brady.
This one, I'm gonna receive some heavy scrutiny for this one, and I'm ready for that. But of every QB drafted since 2019 to start at least 3 games, so just think about that for a
3
second.
games.
Any
Drafts.
rookies? What?
It's only 2 drafts.
Yes, that's
Okay.
a decent amount of quarterbacks.
Sure.
So there is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on that list, and I'll tell you them. They're Joe Burrow, Tua, Herbert, Hurts, Murray, Daniel Jones, Haskins. No one even remembers him now. Drew Lock and Gardner Minshew.
Okay.
There's only one quarterback out of that list that has a winning record, and that is Tua. He is 7-4 over his career. And yes, Tua hasn't looked great at times. He obviously got hurt, but Tua has found a way to win some ball games for the Miami Dolphins, who you guys say aren't a good team. I know you do say that. So to have a
No, they're
7-4,
not a good team. No.
well, he has a 7-4 record as a starter. Joe Burrow is 3-7. Herbert's 7-9. Hurts is 2-4. Murray 14, 18-1. Jones 8-20. Haskins 3-10. Drew Lock 8-10. Gardner Minshew 7-13. So only one quarterback since the draft of 2019 to have a winning record, and that's my boy Tua, and I'm hoping for a speedy recovery for him.
Gerbs, can you look me in the eye and tell me you would take Tua over all those guys?
All of them? No.
Okay, so your stats are relevant.
No, it's not. He's the only one with the winning record. He's the only one with the winning record. And my stat is not irrelevant. Would I take him over all of them though? No, but I'd take him. Okay, I'd take him over Minshew. I'd take him over Drew Lock, Haskins for sure. Danny Dimes, I'd take him over. I think he has more potential than Danny Dimes still. Not Burrow, not Herbert, not Murray, obviously. And Hurts, we'll see. I'm not going to make.
I think Hurts can be good.
He can be, and so can Tua. So there you go. There's my stat of the week. Let's hear your Patriots stat, DiSabs.
I don't know if this is a Patriot stat, but so, this is kind of I just saw this going through Twitter. So Tom Brady will throw 13 more touchdown passes, bearing, an injury or death. So as long as he throws 13 more touchdowns this year, he will have more touchdowns thrown in his 40s than his 20s. And he's only, 44, 45?
That is insane.
That's
That's a good stat.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that's possible because it's done, 5 years in his 40s?
And how many? So Do you know how old he was when he made his NFL debut?
Well, it would have been in 2001, 20 years ago. So I'm going to guess like 23.
Yeah, that seems right because he wouldn't have played as a rookie, right? And then
No, he didn't play as a rookie. He wasn't drafted early either. He was, I think, a full senior.
yeah. So that's so with like at least we can say at least 3 less seasons, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, that's
That's the kind of stat that people come to this podcast for. DiSabs, good job.
Well, speaking of that, here's the next one coming straight out of Carolina. So,
Yeah. People
first of
come
all,
to that
everyone
too.
on this pod has admitted and should admit that Carolina has lots of offensive weapons, and like it's definitely a above average offense, right? But let's talk about the defense and why Carolina is going to be a great team this year. So, this stat is about highest team pressure rate on the QB. Okay.
Okay.
Carolina leads the league with 43.5%. Getting pressure
who's on your
QB.
D line that's good.
Dude, I don't even know where to start. There's so many good players. Jeremy
Okay,
Chinn's a dog.
Name 2 of them.
Jeremy Chin, Thompson,
He's a
Shaq
cornerback.
Thompson. Yeah, well, I know he doesn't
He's a
get the QB,
cornerback.
but
He doesn't.
I don't know many guys. I don't know many guys on the line. Okay, I don't know the big boys.
That's fair.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
They're good.
Yes.
They're good.
And the league average is 20. Okay, no more laughing, please. The league average is 27.9%. Carolina 43.5. So let's put some respect on the Carolina name because they're getting it done on both ends of the field.
I'll put a little bit of respect on the Panthers name of Poolsy. I feel like if you come to the table with a stat like that, you know someone's going to test you on a name. I feel like you got
the stat 5 minutes before we started the pod, so give me a shit break.
That's a preparation error on your part then.
Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't be at the freaking bank.
Blah, 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 blah.
All right,
That's
let's look forward to next week. I think it's time to do that. Is there anything we need to go over other than that?
I don't think so. Exciting week 3.
Mm-hmm.
Some
looking
of the
forward
bigger
to
games. What was that?
I'm looking forward to San Fran, Green Bay.
That's a big one. LA versus Tampa. That's like
that's going to be a great game.
Would you guys say the Chiefs? Like I'd say Tampa's number 1 power rankings wise. The Chiefs or the Rams right now in second?
Rams.
So I love the Rams. I think one of the emotional takes I threw to the table is that the Rams could go 17-0. Cooper Kupp, I know he's been good. God. I know he's been good in years past, but has he been like slept on way too much?
For sure, it's because of his quarterback.
Yeah, he had Jared Goff.
Yeah, but did any of us realize that he was that good until now that he has Stafford? Like I know I didn't.
Okay, the wide receiver rankings. So I kept him in a keeper league this year. He was so far down the list. There was like the ranking of all the of all the wide receivers. Cooper Kupp was like so far down the list, and I was like, man, like everyone's wide receivers that they kept are like ranked in the top 10. Cooper was like in the 20s, and man, am I ever glad to have Cooper on my team?
You just said you kept him, and you just said my team, Poolsy.
Whatever.
We're in a very open relationship. That's our team in a big stakes pool.
Okay, yeah.
And I had a say in that pick. I had a say in that pick.
I was keeping him no matter what.
We were keeping him.
Yeah,
we were.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Cooper Kupp, he's nuts, and Stafford. I don't know. I know we all had a hot take for the year, and I said I think Stafford's gonna have the most passing yards. I'm looking here. He's 7th. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Derek Carr's in 1st.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He had an overtime game though. Kind of skewed, I think.
Yeah.
A little bit skewed, but
for sure. And like you never really see like the last couple of years at least, Mahomes is never in the top 3 because he's never really trailing a game, so they're kind of running the ball a lot. So yeah, I guess that stat can be skewed a little bit for sure.
But yeah, it's gonna be a big week. Nothing too much more to be said.
No, I'm excited. Gronk. I wanted to say something about Gronk. He looks like a new man. Like last
is
year,
the
I know
man.
Segs, you picked him like second overall in fantasy. He didn't do too much for you, but he already has 4 touchdowns this year in 2 games.
He's looking vintage.
Vintage Gronk.
Vintage.
Yeah. All right, boys. Well, this has been good.
Yeah. Great.
Is there anything any final notes we need to go over?
Go Panthers.
Go
Panthers.
Who does Carolina
tonight.
play this week? Oh, they're playing
Texans
Houston
Thursday
Thursday
night,
night.
yeah.
Yeah. I
We
can't
play
wait for that game tonight.
Cleveland over. Chump code 10% off.
Mhm.
Get her done.
Buy a package. Week
Green Bay
3,
3-0.
coming in hot. I'm coming in hot.
Subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe to the podcast, like, download, all that stuff. Follow us on Instagram at DiSabs, at Chump Talk. We love you. We'll talk to you next week.
Cheers.